Oh, there is no one else. Just you, and your insecure little mind, and a song you hate on the jukebox forever.
Our mind likes patterns. It has a tendency to search for evidence that supports its beliefs. Convinced that something must be wrong with you, that the flaw lies inside you, you create a bubble full of anger, low self-esteem, and a distorted perception of yourself due to misguided thoughts and self-beliefs. You abandon yourself. Self-hate is terribly common. When it becomes something consistent in your life that you don't need to take note of anymore, it starts feeling normal, like your second nature, a part of yourself. After all, self-hate is easier to do than self-love. There are plenty of reasons. A bad childhood, unresolved past trauma, or a lack of meaningful and fulfilling relationships throughout your life. You can use the following 10 signs to identify self-hatred in yourself. Understanding and naming behavior of self-hate gives you access to the next step in order to overcome self-loathing. 1. You're too hard on yourself and tear yourself down. You think other people are constantly judging you. You see failures of any kind entirely as negative and not as the learning experience that they truly are, which is why you blame yourself and belittle your abilities whenever possible. You are never proud of your hard work. You always feel that your effort will never be enough to make other people accept you. You hate what you see in the mirror. You're never smart enough, pretty enough, funny enough, tall enough, good enough. It's an endless battle in your head until you start believing those lies. You wish you were someone different, forgetting all your body does for you. And the more you listen to that inner critic, the more power it gains over your thoughts and feelings. 2. You compare yourself to others. Hating yourself means having an insatiable need for approval and validation from others. You see other people's behavior as somehow a reflection of your own self-worth. You compare yourself to your parents, your colleagues, classmates, friends, even random strangers. Their lives, their bodies, and their houses. You spend so much time focusing on all the things that they have that you totally forget to show gratitude for what you have. The more you compare, the more your own life starts to suck. Your jealousy grows by regularly consuming other people's posts on social media, and this makes you hate yourself even more. 3. You neglect self-care. When was the last time you took a warm bath? That you took care of having a healthy meal that makes you feel good? That you exercised? That you dressed up not for anyone else but yourself? Self-hate makes you punish yourself with neglect, mentally and physically, because you see no need in taking care of your own body and soul. 4. You isolate yourself from others and are afraid to be loved. Self-hatred can make you want to isolate. You feel like you don't deserve to be around your friends or your family, or that they don't want you to be around them. Making friends becomes a struggle. The thought of falling in love is even more scary because it makes you vulnerable the most. When you let others get too close, they might realize you're not perfect. You focus on your flaws as you cannot accept yourself having strengths. How can anyone ever love you? You close your heart, protecting yourself from experiencing love and with it rejection. It doesn't make sense in your mind how someone could look at you and not be repulsed by what they see. You don't think there's any way they could really like you because you don't even like yourself, which is why you politely turn down invitations from friends to escape social interactions. 5. You lie or put on a facade to fit in and avoid conflict. You hate being yourself, which is why you try to be someone else. You start lying, not to manipulate or gain something, but because you're ashamed of the true and real you. You're lying about the small things. Your favorite food changes from lasagna to pizza to salads. You don't even realize you're contradicting yourself, believing each to be true when saying it. Author Annalie Rufus describes it as an attempt to erase your own desires, which you hate, and supplant them with the desires of others, which you don't hate. 6. You're afraid of dreaming big and don't trust your abilities. Do you have big dreams? Maybe you do, but you don't believe you can achieve them. You're afraid of failure, but at the same time, afraid of success. You're afraid of going beyond your comfort zone, taking risks, because you hate the possibility of messing everything up, leaving you feeling worthless. Like a crab, you hide in your shell, avoiding opportunities for new life experiences, and rather live your life in a protected way. This negative self-talk sets you up for failure, which reinforces your sense of self-loathing. 7. You have trouble accepting compliments and deny praise. You have nothing nice to say about yourself, so why should others? It's hard for you to believe that you're at all worthy of compliments. Accepting compliments is not only difficult, but it makes you feel extremely awkward. No matter how many people say you're pretty, lovable, smart, all you can think of is finding the hidden catch. You just don't believe them, and so you reject the praise. You're too self-critical, and this kills your self-esteem. 8. You apologize for everything. When you say sorry, you mean sorry that you exist. Being sorry makes sense in your mind, right? You apologize for even the slightest things. When someone bumps into you, when you sneeze, or when you don't have a pen when someone asks for it. Your sense of morality tells you to apologize, even for things that are beyond your control, or are other people's mistakes. 9. You're indecisive. Do you find making decisions overly exhausting? Choosing is having a sense of identity. To choose means to prefer. If you hate yourself, choosing means accepting that your preference is more important than someone else's. But that's not true, right? You don't trust your decisions to be good or right, which is why you'd rather leave the choosing to others. Choosing becomes somewhat draining rather than an act of pleasure, and you've repressed your own desires for so long now that you're not even caring about them anymore. 10. Your negativity spreads through the world around you. When you hate everything about yourself, you start viewing the world in a very cynical way, even hating the world you live in. You expect rejection, exclusion, because you feel like everyone in the world is superior to you. Thus, you will find negativity more often than positivity. You don't like your society, your lifestyle, your environment, even the air you breathe. You're actually trying to escape from yourself, not the place you live in. How did you end up here? How long are you living with that inner voice telling you to hate yourself? Take responsibility from this day forward in the actions you can take toward making positive changes to improve your life. Pay attention to your triggers. The first step to addressing and being able to overcome any problem is by understanding its root cause. Confront your emotions and explore your core belief about yourself, because you've used it as a base to build your entire world on and around it. If it's negative, everything else will become negative. You will start finding ways, convictions that support that belief, and that's a tragedy in the making. Finding your core belief through self-reflection is an important part of letting go of self-loathing. Start with self-reflection through expressive writing. Look for emotional patterns and become aware of the situations in which your emotions start to shift. Walk through your day mentally. What did you do? How did you feel during those activities and situations? Who were your companions that day? Once you've become more aware of your emotions and thoughts, challenge your negative thoughts when they show up. Look at situations in a different light. See the good things that you've accomplished. Consciously show kindness towards yourself once a day. Take a walk outside and enjoy the sun. Make yourself a warm bath or stretch yourself to release tension. Do it with the right intention and accept that you deserve it. Self-love and self-care are commitments and attitudes towards yourself that you should practice daily. Take a break from social media. as basic as it sounds, and go hermit mode. Realize that you don't need people to like your post if you like yourself enough in the real life. Social interaction is a huge part of the human nature. If you isolate yourself from others, you should ask yourself why. Does your environment support you, uphold and uplift you? As hard as it may sound, if you can make changes to your environment, friends, job, habits, stand up and take action for yourself. Choose your company wisely. Eventually, you will start loving yourself a little more each day. When you love yourself enough, you won't even care about impressions. You will practice self-love by doing whatever you love to do, and you will surround yourself with the people who are genuinely accepting you. When you love yourself enough, no matter how cruel the world is, you will never have the feeling of wanting to run away from reality because you are your home. You're never alone in your mental health journey, so don't shy away from asking for help. If you found value by watching, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos.